fresh.
It is. New mics are fresh. I hope it
Welcome
sounds good. I'm
back.
excited. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of It's Cool Us Too. We are the podcast that is helping women in their 30s design their dream life and enjoy the process while they're doing it. If you are new here, welcome. Please follow us on wherever you get your podcasts, but also on Instagram and TikTok at itscool.us2. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Like, follow, subscribe, share, talk shit in the comments. We don't care.
Honestly, all press is
Engage.
good press.
Did you see what someone wrote on the TikTok that I talked about the book my team member gave me?
No.
They said something like, well, someone has never known true fear.
Oh my God. I wanted to update the crew on so as we all know, I've been on a TikTok journey, and they say that done is better than perfect, which I fully agree, and like the right way to get better at TikTok or creating video content is to just do it and try. So I'm abiding by that. I will say it is really difficult to avoid the cringiness of like I was over at a friend's place this weekend and they were like, oh my God, yeah, wow, you've got so many videos up now. And they were scrolling through and I was like, oh God, this feels so weird. Like, I don't want to know that you're watching them. Like,
I don't want anyone I know
it's
to
for
be watching
strangers.
them.
It's for strangers.
It's for people who don't know me.
Exactly. But point being, I have gone, viral. If you're listening to this, I'm putting viral in quotation marks, but I've got like a few 100,000 views on one TikTok that I created.
Really?
Yeah. But I've gone viral for the wrong reasons.
Oh no.
So basically, I was in Mexico City for a week working remotely, and I created a TikTok that was about, the norms in Mexico City that I think should be norms everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from Mexico and from Mexico City did not appreciate that.
Oh, you have like
TikTok.
400 comments on this, but you have like
Absolutely.
5,700 likes.
I do. So some people like it, some people don't. But that's been a trip. And like, I don't really know what to do. I've been going through and like, engaging with people that have said not even necessarily just nice things, but like have added to what I was saying about Mexico City. So yeah, that's my first bout with trolls. And I'm just trying to sit back and let it happen. As
All
I said
press
at the
is good
beginning of the
press.
episode, all press is good press. Exactly. But if anyone who listens to this and doesn't know me personally, because frankly, I mean, if you know me personally, wonderful. But if you don't know me personally and you've been listening to the podcast and you're like, I think that this would be a great niche for Megan, feel free to let me know, because
She's finding her vibe.
I'm trying to find my vibe, trying to find what my TikTok's going to all be about. So I would love any feedback.
Yeah. We've had on our TikTok, like that, the one clip from Child Free by Choice had a crazy amount of engagement.
Crazy.
And like a lot of like incel-y kind of men on it. And that was scary, I would say, for the first time. And you're like, this feels so like vulnerable in all of this. And then we had another post, I think about that I was saying, and some guy wrote on it, wow, fridges be talking a lot these days. And I was like, excuse me, sir? What do you mean? How dare you?
I got to post a comment recently. Oh God, these ones are really funny, actually. It's this older man named Brock. I don't know, man, what your problem is with me, but he commented on the non-viral post on TikTok, and he just said, this is a lot of effort for someone with 169 followers.
That comment, typing out that comment is a lot of effort for someone who lives in their mom's basement.
Yeah, and he's been quite active in my comments. So I don't know.
Why
I'm
does he
just gonna let it.
care?
I'm trying to let it wash over me. Also, I think Brock is like in his 70s. It's just like, Brock, what are you doing? Get out of here.
I feel like the person putting in the effort here, we maybe need to recalculate what we're thinking the issue is.
What's your deal?
Yeah.
That's basically my main update.
Man.
My main update is that I'm becoming TikTok famous.
I love it. I love it for you.
What
Not
about
the
you?
trolley comments, but like the journey you're on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. I've been doing a lot recently, and I'll talk about the catalyst for it, but I have a fun update. Last Wednesday, I went out with some girlfriends for dinner, and we were sitting in like the bar area, but at a table. And this like guy walks in, quite cute, tall, dressed nicely, sits at the bar by himself, like kind of back to us. So he's like a meter away from me. And my girlfriends that I'm with are like, go talk to him. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, we don't do these things. And his back was to us, so it's not like I could make like eye contact or anything like that. Anyways, we go through dinner and we order 2 desserts, obviously. And they bring one, but they screw up the other. So they brought us an extra dessert, basically. And so my friend Kasha looks at me and goes, are you bringing this over to him or am I? And I was like, well, I'm not doing it. And she's like, okay. And she literally takes it, gets up and walks over and goes, excuse me, sir. I'm here with my girlfriends. We're having dinner. We ordered dessert, but they brought us the wrong one. We noticed you were here by yourself. We were wondering if you would want it.
Oh, Cash is a good friend.
Oh, yeah. And so he was like blushing and all of this stuff. And she goes, out of curiosity, are you single? And he goes, I am single. And she goes, well, I've got this lovely friend of mine here. Nicole, come and sit next to him. And like, this was like, hold my hand, hold his hand, bring us together, wing womaning. Anyway, so I sat and talked to him for like 5 minutes, good vibe. And I was like, so nice to meet you. I'm going to go back and sit with my friends. And he's like, yeah, no worries. I'll stay by on my way out. And so he came by as he was leaving and had like a chat with like the 3 of us. And Kasha goes, you guys should get each other's number.
Oh my God.
And
Kasha.
so I gave him my phone. He put his number in. I texted him, text me right away. The next day he asked me out. So I'm going out with him on Thursday.
This is an IRL meet cute.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. But I was like, you know what? This was such a nice, like, this is what your friends who are in relationships, like, this is how you show up for your friends. Like,
oh, I love that.
I was like, this is it. This is such a fun thing. Anyway, so I'll let you know. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere.
Let us know.
Maybe it's nothing exciting, but like just the meet cute of it.
I
was
love
lovely.
it. It's IRL too, which like Hinge is kind of crazy right now. Are you finding
I hate
that
it. I don't like it.
Are you finding that Hinge is like really active right now?
Yeah, but like not in the good way. It's like the bad place right now, I find.
Yeah, I'm finding that I'm getting an enormous amount of likes. And like for me, it's like 20 a day, which is a lot for me. Yeah. And they're not
I think it's
quality.
a lot for anyone.
No, but like I would say it's like one of the 20. I'm like, okay, like I'll, these
Look
are
at you going viral on Hinge.
I know I'm also going viral on Hinge, everyone. But it's like 1 in 20. I'm like, okay, I guess like I'll say yes because you were able to put some full sentences together type vibe.
The fact that that's the bar is atrocious.
But yeah, no, I'm finding it's a really weird, it's like all the men found out in Toronto this year, like January is a good time to get on the apps.
Well, it's because everyone's
all
depressed.
Just aggressively.
Everyone's depressed and it's cold out and there's a snowstorm every other day, so you can't leave your house. So you're like, how do I connect with humans? Let me download an app. So like the math does math on it, but
it's true.
I'm just feeling the energy's kind of all weird and effed up, and I think I'm gonna go as far as like my birthday and then take a bit of a pause.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm traveling most of February anyway, so it's an experience these days.
It is.
before we get into the episode, is there anything like a weird thing, odd stuff, funky little thing from your week you want to share with the listeners?
I did see a really amazing and heartwarming TikTok. My entire update is about TikTok. Crazy.
TikTok sponsor us.
TikTok, would you like to sponsor our pod? I saw this like really adorable, kind of insane thing on TikTok that was this woman and her dog have fishy time, which is literally, okay, it's not what you think. It's so cute. So her dog, it's like, I think is a pit bull, gets so excited because it's like once a day he gets to go and sit with her and watch the fish tank.
Okay.
So they like sit on the couch and she's like, okay, it's fishy time. And they put like specific, okay, you are not as excited about this as I am.
It's concept adorable. I'm really hung up on the name and I don't know why I don't like it. It's like giving me a very strong ick.
Okay,
like,
basically, if you take the name out of it though.
Yeah,
it's like
time with her dog watching fishes. Okay, go.
Exactly.
And
it's like, and then she's like created a whole narrative and he's like hanging on her every word. Like, oh, and look at this fish and look at this fish. And he's so excited. And it's like, I'm sure partly because she sits with him and cuddles with him while they do this, but also he's so invested in the fish's life.
Is it one fish or multiple fish?
I think it's multiple, if I'm remembering
Adorable.
correctly.
Again, just needs a rebrand.
Yeah, perhaps.
Dare I say.
I'll send you the TikTok.
Maybe
but
I need to see it.
Floored. I was floored.
Okay.
So that's the best thing I saw this week on TikTok. And then I'm reading a really interesting book called The School for Unfit Mothers. I will we'll link it in the show notes. But it's like a dystopian book about unfit, again, putting that in air quotes, mothers and how the system might adapt in like what the system would look like if it adapted to send mothers to schools to learn how to be better mothers. It's really dark. Like, I'm just prefacing that it is dark because if you are going through it mentally right now, it might not be the book for you. But it's very, very, very well written. So yeah.
My mental state right now is re-listening to the audiobook from the second, like the Crescent City series, because I know it's going to happen, but it's like interesting enough. I also have a theory that, like, you know how at Giggly Squad, like Paige and Hannah do what your nails or your manicure says about you.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about what your book club pick says about you.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I feel maybe we put it in the newsletter in Jan,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's quite interesting, like what different people choose on book. And I think it's just so fascinating because like if I'm not in a book club. I don't think I'm prepared for that type of like organized fun. But like if I was in a book club and I was picking the book, like the stuff I want to read versus the stuff I would feel like I would have to pick to be palatable for the book club. Like I would be making everyone read smut every.
Well, you need it to be a book that you can
discuss,
that you can talk about.
You don't think I can talk about?
I mean, I just don't know if you can analyze.
No, that's why why I'm not in a book club.
Yeah, there you go. And that's totally fair. Whereas I go the other way. I'm like, I love to analyze. Like, I want to talk about the book. So I love it.
Yeah. I love that. My odd thing that I saw this week, I was saying to Meg kind of before we got on, I was driving home from a family dinner last night, and as I was leaving where my dad lives, I just recognized there were so many houses where like their trees were still up, or their like Christmas lights were still up, or their Christmas decorations were still kind of present. And I only myself this weekend, it's January 19th today, I only just got rid of my Christmas tree, and it's the longest I've gone. And I don't think I've ever noticed people still having their Christmas decorations up this late. And I think there's something to be said about things are so bleak right now. and so cold and frigid and brutal that like I'm not willing to give up a slice of joy that I have that is my Christmas tree or my Christmas decorations, or I can't be asked to like go ahead and take them down and do the admin of it. It's
Yeah.
one of the two, but I've never noticed it this late before. And I think it's just such an interesting thing.
Yeah. I think it's probably, as you said, an indication that people are like really struggling with that move from holidays being really lazy and being
Yeah.
able to be lazy and like welcoming that, and then moving into January where it's like, okay, what are your Q1 plans, and how are we gonna smash our year, and how do we get into, and again, I'm saying it as if I don't love those things. I really do. It's just hard to physically drag your body into the new year.
Well, yeah. And the funny thing is, today is Blue Monday, which is, as I was
Oh my
looking up,
God, I didn't
it
realize.
is the exact day when people feel the most depressed. And
Hi, welcome
honestly,
to the pod. We're very
kind of
depressed.
makes sense. So this leads in really nicely to the episode today. So, I took a lot of time off in December. I was quite burned out. I had a lot of vacation left and I just took the time, and I really unplugged. I went down south. I had lots of family time. I went to Toronto. Like there was just a lot that would like I could look forward to. And then you have like the holiday season and it's festive and it's exciting and all of this. And the transition back has felt abrupt to the point that I was feeling so blah for the first 2 weeks and I couldn't shake it. Pardon my burp. I had like, I couldn't do anything. I had no desire to go to the gym. I was like doom scrolling like crazy. I just had
Mm-hmm.
no motivation to do anything and I couldn't shake it. And when I started to really kind of dig into why was I feeling this way, it really made sense. It's like you go from these full social calendars and exciting, like Christmas in Canada, it's cold and we know that, but it feels festive and exciting and like seasonal and
Yeah.
part of the
Feels like
vibe.
there's a reason for it to be cold.
Yeah. And, you know, I was able to rest without guilt and didn't have any expectations on me. And I could like have slow mornings and, you know, FaceTime people if I wanted or binge watch a series or write. I could do any of those things. And then here I go where I'm getting up at like 6:37. It's pitch black outside. It's pitch black outside by the time I come home from work. It's so cold, so snowy. I just like have to snap my brain back into routine and
Mm.
my nervous system was just shot. Um and I was really feeling like honestly what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And so we were talking about like is there a way to romanticize winter? Is there anything that we can do, you know, to really take advantage of the season and try to make the best of something that feels really really kind of hard and at some points insurmountable. Like there would be nights for the last 2 weeks where I'd be laying on my couch and I'm like, I honestly don't have the will to get off my couch and crawl into my bed.
Yeah. I know what you mean. And it's funny because like I had a bunch of great energy kind of going into the holiday season around what I wanted out of the year. And I was actually really excited to kind of kickstart January. I
Yeah.
think I found it a little bit easier, partly because I did go away. So I had that to look forward to. Like I was in a new place and I was away from my apartment for a week. And also away from the snow, which made me, be brought back to life for sure.
It was brutal.
Yeah. But I have also found it, even just before this, like I'm trying to carve out time to do some of the things that I've committed myself to doing this year. And before this, I was like, you know what? I don't have the energy. Like I need to save it for the pod recording. I want to like bring the best version of myself to that.
Yeah.
And then you know what? Maybe this will give me energy to, finish up and do whatever I need to do for the rest of the night, but I am finding it harder to build up the energy to do some of the things that I want to do right now.
Yeah, and I would find, I don't know about you, but I find it's hard for me to do the things that I know is good for me. But what I was able to kind of get it up for was being social and going out. And I normally do dry January. Like
Oh yeah, you
I've done it
do.
for the last like 6 years. I've drank more in the last few weeks, not alone, like going out with people, than I have in a long time. And it's just like I've had this, it's almost this weird push and pull between I want to lay on my couch and do nothing and like just doom scroll and I feel like I can't do anything, but also like I want to be where the people are and I want to do things and go out and be in the world and all of these things. It's such a weird thing for me and I don't normally exist on that axis between the two. I'm usually a little bit
Yeah.
more in the middle. And so that's also been weird for me to kind of reckon with why am I feeling almost these extremes?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I am not doing dry January either. Um, but I was drinking a bit in Mexico City for sure, but
Yeah.
it's been pretty chill the last little bit. But I think that that's really interesting. I wonder what that means for you and your year ahead. Like, I wonder if
Lord
that's an
only knows.
indication of, like the direction that you're moving, like being more social, getting out into the world, like, being less, I guess, regimented, maybe, if that's like
Maybe.
a direction you're going in.
I do want to surrender a little bit more and be open. This is going to sound so woo, but like be open to receive and like be open to what the world wants to bring my way. And I think when I'm so controlled and regimented, there's just no room for any of that. There's no room to be surprised, good or
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I also got a new therapist. I have my first appointment with her this week. So that also should be very interesting. I think
Maybe
that's
she can
also
let you
new
know.
energy
Yeah.
for everything. But let's kind of have a bit of a chat around this. So how do you feel going into winter? Like we recognize that things are bleak right now and not even just like in our own environments, but like the world's really bleak right now. Like everywhere you look, the news is really scary and depressing and there's lots going on that are it's so far out of our control. And you lay that on top of we live in the tundra and it's been freezing for the last while and like it just feels that. But like what's kind of your list that you would go to start pulling yourself out of that? Like do you have a checklist to kind of start being like, okay, I'm going to try this first, then this, then this?
Yeah. I was thinking about that before we jumped on, just in terms of some reframes for
Mm,
how I'm thinking about the year, or thinking about winter, sorry. And I think that I am such an extrovert. So spring, summer, particularly summer, I love the fact that it's all about like doing things, getting out there. And I think winter is a lot about your like internal work
mm-hmm.
and accepting that it is a period of hibernation in a lot of ways. So I think what I'm trying to do is reframe this idea of like, it's not that you're doing less, you're just doing less externally. So, and I'm not saying like don't see people and spend all of the time in your apartment, but I do think that when you live somewhere where winter is very cold, get outside when you can, go into the office if you can, see people when you can, but also recognize that like maybe it's good to listen to the season and slow down and focus on ways that you can connect to joy that are a lot more about internal work, whether that's like journaling, reading, walking on the treadmill if you can't walk outside, but like moving your body in more gentle ways. Oh my God, going to the movies. Like I went to
Love
the
a
movie.
movie.
God, it's so nice. Me and Tree went to the movies the other day and it was
What movie did you
great.
see?
Oh my God, what movie did we see? Oh, Is This Thing On with
Mm,
with
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. I kept wanting to say Will Ferrell. But yes, no, that was amazing. And I was like, this is the time for going to the movies, you know? Like, I think, yeah, basically, I'm just trying to say, listen to the season, listen to the elements, listen to where you are, and embrace what you can do right now. I think
Yeah.
that's my big reframe. And also trying to remove that like shame spiral. Because for me, a lot of it's kind of like at work when you're the type of person who likes to tick off tasks from your to-do list. I love that. I love being able to, do things all the time. I think that like dopamine hit of going and doing things, you get less of that in the winter because a lot of it is like you're just sitting and relaxing and not doing as much. So I'm trying to take the shame out of that and be like, you know what? It's okay. Tiny little rituals, tiny little moments of doing things and accepting that you can only do so much.
Yeah. I love what you said about like listen to the season, listen to the environment, all of that. I would also add listen to your body and like what are you being called to do right then
True.
and there? And I have such an example of this because every January I reset like the Energizer Bunny normally. I'm like, here's my to-do list for the year. Here's my vision board. Here's everything I'm going to accomplish. And I'm going to go military style through all of it until it's done. And what I've done this year is I have a list in my phone of things that I want to do that are important for me and where I want to go and all of that. But if I'm not called to do like financial work today, I'm not going to force myself into something that feels not great.
Mm,
I'm not going to use that time to be lazy necessarily. But if I'm
right.
instead feeling like everything is so cluttered in my apartment, I'm going to go through my drawers and my cupboards and like just clear out some mess. That happened to me this weekend where I had planned originally to do some like budgeting work and investing and all of that. And I was like, you know what? Instead, I'm going to go through all of this like stack of papers and my TV stand and all of these cupboards and just like clear out some clutter. And I felt so good afterwards and so much lighter. And so just follow and listen to what you're being called to do. I think that's so important in this season.
Yeah, and I completely agree. I also think what you just said makes me think of one one thing that people should be doing if they haven't yet is creating that list. So
Mm-hmm.
you said, you're pulling from this list. If you have a list of things that will make you feel productive in some small way or make you feel like you're moving more towards your goals, that does give you the opportunity to be like, you know what, today I'm going to do this instead of this. Instead of being like, I guess I'm just going to sit and watch, like, rewatch Laguna Beach. I don't know why
Yeah.
Laguna Beach is on my mind. It's probably because of the traders. But yes.
Yeah, fair. The other thing that I think is really important and similar to you where you said move your body or should get outside and like enjoy nature, move your body. I hadn't been to the gym since early December and I could feel it. I was
Yeah.
feeling crickety and like whatever. And the night before I was like, no, I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym. And I woke up in the morning and I started negotiating with myself why I shouldn't have to go to the gym.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was doing it as I was getting ready. And then I was freaking out. I was like, what am I going to do at the gym? Because like I didn't have a class booked or anything like that. I went on ChatGPT and I was like, give me like 3 strength training workouts that I can do every week, break it down. Here's my goals, all of that. And it did. And I just literally went to the gym and listened to a music and did a strength workout. By the way, if you're doing a strength workout on your own, Life of a Showgirl is actually a very good album to listen to beginning to end. It's like very good
Oh.
pacing and beat for like what you're doing. Anyways, but I did and I felt a million times better afterwards. And I realized I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I haven't worked out. Duh. That's why I feel like an absolute blob.
Yeah. It's like you have to kickstart the momentum. You're not going
And
to
just
want to do all this stuff if you've just been laying around, which I get because I was laying around.
no. And I ultimately got to the point where I was like, listen, if I get to the gym, I walk inside, I scan my pass, and I want to leave, I'll let myself leave. But once you get there, you never want to go.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm here now.
Well, I still want to go, but I'm already there.
Exactly. The other thing that I did recognize, not to bring this back full circle to TikTok, I was doom scrolling and spending so much time on my phone that I wasn't present anywhere. So even if I had a movie on, I was on my phone doing shit. Like I couldn't just do one thing and have
Yeah.
like single attention span, and really forcing myself to focus on one thing at a time in the last few days. That has made such a huge difference to me in being able to like snap myself out of this perpetual loop of like my nervous system is dysregulated. I'm never really satisfied.
Yeah.
Like that's been a huge contributing factor in like recognizing how much time I'm spending on my phone. And it was such an issue for me falling asleep. So I dug back out my what's it called? My like I have a paper like puzzle book. And so before bed, instead of like being on
Oh.
my phone in bed, I'm sitting there and I'm doing like puzzles on that because I need to do something to
Oh my God,
unwind,
that's
but
so cute.
it's not on my phone, and it's really been good. And I'm able then when I go to sleep, I can just like turn on my fan, go to bed, and I haven't been tossing and turning or like having a hard time falling asleep, which is also
Yeah,
helping me in the morning.
I really, really do need to stop doom scrolling at night. But I sort of have this weird thing at around like 10:30. It's like my witching hour
Yeah.
where I start to get quite creative. And so I'll be on TikTok and I'm like, oh, I could make a TikTok like this. I could do this. I could do this. So I like enjoy doing it. It feels quite creatively fulfilling to me. But
Mm-hmm.
then the negative of this is I turn off my light and I'm like anxious thinking about the next
Yeah.
day, or like it is having a bad effect. So I do need to look at that.
Well, maybe even if like you just hit your voice notes, and rather than like being on TikTok, you just like voice note or brain dump, like maybe get your journal out and brain dump a bunch of those creative ideas, like
Yeah.
pen to paper.
Yeah. Tinks in one of her recent podcasts. Also, if I don't know if you've listened, but Tinks got a boob job. Good for
I
you.
haven't listened.
Love that for you, girl. Yeah, got a boob job. Love it. Um, anyways, she mentioned like I'm no longer going to be on my phone in bed. That's like her goal
Her
for this
rule.
year. And it was so funny when I listened to the podcast. It was just immediate anxiety. I was like, should I
Yeah.
do that? And I probably should do that.
Yeah.
But it sounds scary.
It is scary because it's such an easy gratification. It's that quick dopamine hit, but you don't realize what it's costing you in the moment. And I think
It's true.
that I noticed it specifically. I was laying on my couch watching TV and I was on my phone playing a game, and like I was starting to feel nauseous.
Oh my God. I actually
Like,
think this is a very important conversation to have right now though, when we talk about leaning into the season and we talk about hibernating and like
there's
if
a
you
right way
are
and a wrong way to hibernate.
exactly, and if you are someone who is sitting on the well, I am definitely sitting on the couch more in winter under a blanket, watching a movie, watching a show or whatever, reading. I think this is really when the doom scrolling happens and the like double screens. And so that I'm going to say it to keep myself honest. I'm really going to try to watch things that I do not doom scroll, that I don't feel the need to doom scroll during, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So trying to shift what I'm watching to like instead of reruns or something mindless, like something I actually need to pay attention to.
I love that. How can people, I think we're talking to them about almost like a doomsday prevention,
Yeah.
like mental, prevention kit and like things to do and like how to keep you mentally sane. But like if we take it even a step further, because there's so much opportunity in winter. Like again, this comes around, for a few months a year. There is a lot of beauty and like enjoyment in it, stuff that you can't get any other season. How would you recommend people also just like romanticize winter and take more advantage of the season?
I mean, you're asking me a question about when I hate winter.
I hate it too, but let's dig deep here, Meg.
Sure, I'm digging deep. No, I do have an idea, or I have a thought on this. I think what is helpful is to look at the things in the spring and summer or even the fall that you incorporated into your routine that felt really right and that you really loved. So in different facets of your life. And then think about how you pivot those or slightly tweak them to match the season that you're in. So, okay,
Yeah.
perfect example for me. So if I think about what I started in the fall that I really loved, it was creating kind of like a supper club. So I started, I did like a boozy brunch in December. In November, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like fall themed. And when I look at winter and I'm like, okay, I want to bring some girls together to do another supper club. How do I embrace what the types of food and the types of atmosphere that people are going to want to consume or be around at a supper club? So I'm actually doing it on Friday. It's going to be, I'm making pasta from scratch.
I
There's going to be
love
lots of
it.
candles and making a chocolate mousse. Like people want to be like warmed. They want to be
Oh.
warmed. Both, okay, don't make it sound weird.
Oh.
Both like they, you want to eat like hearty, yummy food. Like I'm not going to
Yeah.
invite people over for sushi and like
Ceviche.
ceviche. Yeah. I'm going to invite people over for like a delicious pasta that I've been slow cooking
Or a roast or
a roast. Yeah. So like leaning into different things that make sense for the season, because I think it does help you romanticize that season and
Yeah.
really take advantage of it. Another thing that I'm doing from a fitness perspective is like I love reformer Pilates. And actually when I was in Mexico City, I did a couple of reformer Pilates classes and really loved it. And then was kind of reflecting on like, why am I not doing reformer right now? I'm doing hot Pilates. I'm like, oh, it's because of the season. Like I want to be somewhere hot, like because I don't get that
Yep.
anywhere else right now. So it's a small little sort of shift, but I think it's helping me to be like, oh, this is lovely. This is a great part of the winter season.
I love that.
What about
Yeah.
you?
I'm so on board with everything you just said. I think the other thing is embrace activities you can only do in winter.
Totally.
So if that's skating, snowshoeing, skiing, tobogganing, like there's ways that you can do it without, sometimes it's like skiing or snowboarding. If you don't do it normally, that can be cost prohibitive from like,
And also difficult. So hard.
totally. But like going skating, going for like a winter walk, like in Ottawa, at least, I don't know too much about Toronto on this end, but there's so many beautiful trails that you can still go through in the like country that you can still walk in winter, and it's outside and you're in a beautiful scenery that's just like truly breathtaking when you see like the snow covering all the trees and all of that. And so just you don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to do it,
Yeah.
all winter long, but maybe doing one or two things this season that embrace the cold and embrace the winter. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. And I do it sooner rather than later before it all turns to slush and gray, truthfully.
Totally.
I also think that doing things like you can still you don't have to, it doesn't have to be summertime for you to do a mini road trip and like explore new neighborhoods or explore new areas. Like I really want to go to Merrickville, which is close-ish to Ottawa, for like an afternoon, go to a pub for lunch, check out some of the shops in the area, and just explore a new little town. It does not have to be summer or spring or fall
Yeah.
for me to do that. I can easily do that in winter. And you know what? Maybe going to like a cozy little pub for like a French onion
There's
soup
no
or something.
better time to go to a pub.
So I really just think embracing all of that, like just enjoy it. And also use the time that like when it's summertime, you never want to be home. Or if you're home, you feel guilty.
Totally.
So if you are going to rest. Like recharge your batteries, do it without guilt, but do it in a way that's restorative, not numbing.
Yeah.
And
Back
I think
to the
that's
doom scrolling of it all.
That's got to be the biggest lesson today is this season in a lot of ways can make or break people. Not to be like so intense about it, but it really can. Like this is what they talk about. Like seasonal depression is a real thing and we're not getting vitamin D. So you really have to be intentional and conscious about how you're spending your time so that this season doesn't, you know, make the most of you or take you for a ride. I don't
Ooh.
know.
You were almost there, I think. You were
Yeah,
almost there.
I still think I'm a little screwed up from having to fast and not get my blood work done this morning. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. I don't know if anyone else is feeling the way that we are feeling. But it just felt, well, this may not be the most valuable in terms of like groundbreaking content. I think it's valuable to make people feel like if they're feeling weird and feeling blah, they're not alone. And like, here's how we're at least approaching it and acknowledging, so that we can keep as regulated as humanly possible.
Yeah. When we come back to what we're trying to do here too, this idea of like designing your dream life at this stage, figure out the ways in which winter can allow you to do that. So like
Totally.
that even makes me think about, for me, I'm single and I live alone, and there is so much that's great about that. And I think right now, if I am spending a lot more time in my apartment, how am I updating my aesthetic? Am I lighting more candles? Am I getting a new candle? Am I updating my gallery wall? Am
Mm-hmm.
I getting new bedding? Am I going to Value Village and figuring out what little trinkets and tchotchkes I can get to make myself enjoy my space more? Like really think about like how you are curating your winter, because it's
Nest.
totally up to you.
Yeah. And clearly Hinge is popping off these days.
Oh my God, go for it.
So if this is actually not a terrible time to date if you're in the right mindset for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Do you guys, do you?
exactly. Do you do what feels good?
Thanks for listening. We love this. Oh, and also don't be a hero. If you're like, listen, I am romanticizing the shit out of this season, but I still need to go somewhere that has some sun and that feels
Do it.
financially doable for you. Do it. I just did it.
Even if it's not financially doable, do it. Find a way.
Go for it, guys.
Go through your closet, sell some shit on like Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark, offset part of your trip, and get down to the sand and the sea.
Yeah. Does that mean all of our advice just like went out the door?
If you can pull that lever, pull that lever. I
Do it.
felt like a new person coming back from St. Martin.
Yeah, I know you did.
I didn't remember that person in me existed.
I didn't even know her.
I didn't even know who this person was. It was great. It was crazy. Anyways, this was lovely. This felt very nice. And now I'm going to order in some food because I don't have groceries. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm excited about some of the stuff we've got ahead of us too. I think that's also giving me a boost right now.
Absolutely. We've got some really great guests lined up. You guys are going to see a rebrand coming. We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make that happen.
And if you want to be part of our inner circle and get a early like access to it and help us like get feedback on it and do all of that, send us a DM. Send us a DM, send us your email. We'll add you to our inner circle list. And yeah, we want to really create and curate a beautiful community here and want to make sure that what we're doing makes sense for you guys.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.